Zisinei, Amuria Zimbabwe, thank you so much for tuning in. It is exactly 5 minutes after the hour of 5 in the United Kingdom. My name is Sodza. We don't normally do this show at this time, but we just thought the situation that has happened in Zimbabwe this morning, it really disturbed me, I must say. I don't know who is trying to call.
Somebody's phoning group.
Yeah, someone is phoning group. Sorry, for those that are phoning group, oh God, right, okay. If you are calling us here, please do not call as a group. Just call Zimnet Main Radio. That's all you need to call. If you call as a group, unfortunately, we cannot take that call. Anyway, now, you've seen what has happened in Zimbabwe this morning. I mean, I woke up and I looked online and checked on ZBC, and they're saying that the president is on his way to visit Tsvangirai. And I thought, wow, what is this all about? And then within half an hour, pictures were circulating of Mnangagwa and Chiwenga in the residence of the MDC president, sitting there. And the first thing I saw was Tsvangirai there. He doesn't look very well to me. He is a very, very sick man. And I'm just wondering here, then people started speculating that why did the president chose to go and see Tsvangirai today? What was the motive there? People are saying, especially people from Zimbabwe, I must say, most of my friends in Zimbabwe and even my family are saying that this is a man with big heart, very big heart, for him to go and see someone who is not well at this point in time. But then I must say, what's coming from the diaspora, a lot of people are not very happy with the situation. They are saying this is an exploitation of a very sick man. Did he needed to go there with the whole delegation? Did he needed to go there with media? Did he have to tell the media that he is going there at all? Some people are saying he could have just make this a private visit to go and see Tsvangirai, and no photos taken, nothing like that. Not even tell ZBC that he was going there, so there will be no people there. Now, what's your take? This is the question we have here. Now, if you want to get hold of us, you can get hold of us. The easiest way to get hold of us is through our Skype. And our Skype ID is Zimnet Main Radio. If you are not our friend already, all you need to do, go on your search box and type Zimnet Main Radio and request that we become your friend. And then we can take your call here and you can participate as well. Let me say hello to those that are already online there. Chief Sose, welcome, Chief.
Aiwa, tinotenda DJ Sodza. Toda kuti show itoita kana mazuva mairi matatu. Pakadaona mukana wakadai dzinge tiripo. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Tete Rosiko America, thank you so much. It must be a bit early there for you to be on the show. Are you awake yet?
It's noon. I'm awake.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, actually, on short notice there. Salute in South Africa there. I know it's very hot there.
Yeah, it's cooling down a little bit.
That's good. That's good.
Very hot.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Mkoma teacher in London there. Very cold, I know. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay, Mukama Tishi, can I start with you there? What's your take on all what has happened this morning? To me, it came as a shock, and I'm still in between, thinking, is there anything sinister here? Kanakuti, it's someone who is just, they have a big heart.
There are too many things to consider. On the one hand, as an African, it's our culture to do that, to pay that kind of courtesy, call on another VIP. This is VIP to VIP. Even our chiefs do that. They visit each other in times of stress or death or whatever. Unfortunately, this also is the undercurrent of the recent coup and the new dispensation, as Tim Lacoste wants to call themselves. So it's subject to interpretation. But being positive, let's say, for me, it's a good thing. For whatever reason, if what we are hearing is anything to go by, because it's not officially confirmed, that the government will officially hand over the mansion to Tsvangirai and give him his emoluments, as it were, which were due to him anyway, at the end of the last GNU, where he was the Prime Minister who served a full term. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the GNU, which was a temporary law, the position of Prime Minister is temporary. But the same, in terms of good law, is to ensure he benefits the same way a Vice President or President would benefit. Because he had won the elections, that's the reason why we ended up in a GNU. So it's not Mnangagwa doing Tsvangirai a favor, more of Mnangagwa correcting a wrong that ZANU-PF had done. And maybe if they'd corrected that earlier on, he could have dealt with these health issues much earlier, well remunerated and well funded. You know, than to be giving him piecemeal type of help that we were hearing through rumors. So for the reason that he has gone there officially, seen him, and we hear all these pledges that are apparently been made in terms of his monthly checkup and or remuneration, and also the fact that he's going to be given the house officially and it becomes really his. I think it's a good thing. On the other hand, it's painful that, you know, when I looked at the state of Mr. Tsvangirai, he may not live long to enjoy it. I know people don't like me saying this openly, but I'm well researched on colon cancer, and it's always an inevitability of looking mainly at how long a person can survive rather than a survivor. I haven't heard of a survivor of colon cancer. I stand corrected. If someone can come to me and say there is a survivor of colon cancer, I don't know. I know people have had prolonged life. Some, unfortunately, the prolonged life is very agonizing. So the issue exposed us to the state that Mr. Tsvangirai is in. On the one hand, we appreciate President Mnangagwa going there and doing what was necessary. Just give Tsvangirai that peace of mind. I think he deserves it. It's not Mnangagwa's money. It's taxpayers' money. It is due to Mr. Tsvangirai. Even the house is due to him, as everyone else has been given. We all know that Pogo didn't really pocket his house and whatever is going to go to him. Same thing with Robert Mugabe, we already know that has been announced. So if you look at it, Manjuru was offered it as well. So if you look at it from that perspective, this is a much delayed correction of a mistake by ZANU-PF. And, you know, Mnangagwa was the Minister of Justice. He should have pushed for it. He never did, but look, it's better late than never. But this undercurrent I say to it is that as coup leaders who know they are unelected and they know that they are the ones, the two of them, Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, who robbed him of his victory in 2008, it becomes very cynical that they're doing this gesture now so that they look good politically, get international acceptance and local acceptance. The only unfortunate thing is that a lot of MDC supporters are now going to join ZANU-PF. That's the truth of the matter. And that is sad. That is being done.
That is said. All right. Thank you so much, Mngoma Teacher. I've got another question that I would like to ask, but I would ask you that question after I've heard from others as well. Let me hear from you, Cicero, there in America. What did you make of all this waking up to all this visit and all the rest of it?
Well, I've been up actually when it happened. I was up.
Yeah.
Most of them.
All right.
So I actually took the time to find out how the visit came about because I was curious to find out what actually happened. And just from background of what I'm getting now, the visit was a last-minute visit that even the president himself was not aware of because he was supposed to be leaving for South Africa today to go for treatment. So apparently the president not the not Mnangagwa. I never call him president. He's not my president. I refuse to call him that. President Tsvangirai was not even aware of the visit. This was something that was organized within the circles of someone in MDC who kind of ambushed them. Because I asked me, why we couldn't even dress properly for the visit? Ganzi, no, the visit, he was ambushed. Anzi wasn't even aware. Anzi was getting ready. Actually, he's going to be leaving today to go for his healthcare visit. And then they showed up, and then my CIO Angari Pambapacho were actually telling my reporters, because and security at Tsvangirai were trying to stop my reporters from getting in. And my C10 Angashti, ita pindai, mururambire kupinda. Like forced your way through because they wanted people to see him in this state. I completely believe this was a political ploy, the biggest political ploy, to show people Tsvangirai is very sick. This is not the man you want to vote for. Because Tsvangirai, no matter what has happened in the past, I noticed, I've been watching my online polls, he keeps beating ED by at least 30%. And the only person who ZANU-PF attacks is Morgan Tsvangirai. They've forgotten to build Zimbabwe. So apparently this visit was very much last minute, a political ploy. And then if you notice, immediately on social media, the first people to run on social media and say, MDC needs to make sure Tsvangirai resigns. It was not MDC people. Guess who is so concerned? Who loves Tsvangirai so much that they're so concerned about his health? It's ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF activists are the first people on social media telling us he needs to go, he needs to go. Now, I'm not saying the man is not sick. I'm not saying he's not sick or that he's not well or, I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying, look at all the facts of what's going on. And tell me this is not a political ploy. And this whole thing, my benefits. I went on Herald, I went on ZBC, I only saw it on Daily something, and I don't know if it's actually true, if it's not true. But the reporters were telling me, saying, no, it's not true. It's just speculation. Transition. And then people start talking about it as if it's already happened, when it actually hasn't happened. So until we get an official statement like they did with Mugabe, this is the package Yatapa president. We should not speculate or even spread Guti he has gotten anything until that's actually confirmed.
Right. Okay. This is another angle that you have come up with, Teteros. You know me, I'm one of those guys who just capture one sentence from someone when they are talking. The fact that the way Tsvangirai was dressed, this hadn't come into my mind when I was looking at that picture, that if he was warned that the president is coming with the vice president and with the whole delegation and all that, he would have put a jacket on, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would have been ready. And I'm not even going to tell you who apparently in his party ambushed him. But it's someone from MDC who completely did organize all of this.
Chamisa.
I didn't say anything. I did not name anyone's name.
I second that.
I did not name anyone's name. I did not say anything. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, which has been confirmed by numerous people. This is what actually happened. The man was ambushed. Why would he want to show himself in such a state? When he's recuperating, he knows what it will. Because the electorate, it's not that people will go and vote for ZANU-PF. No, they won't vote for ZANU-PF. They'll just stay home.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
Voter apathy is what would happen.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Can I stop you there for a minute? I will come back to you in a minute. The one thing I've taken from you then, the way Tsvangirai was dressed, surely, once upon a time I was a young man and I would go there looking for a girl. I wouldn't go wearing like that. I would do scrub up, honestly scrub up. But anyway, we'll come back to that. Tetesa Aliku, South Africa. What's your take on all this? I know you're very disturbed with it.
I just don't like it. And let me tell you, the first thing I noticed about the picture was Tsvangirai was wearing slippers, and I thought, whoa. Okay. I don't like it at all. Yes, there's talk about what they're going to give him and all this kind of business. It would be lovely if it comes through. This could have been done in a very low key, taking into consideration the man's health, taking into consideration all that's around him, okay? So it could have been done very low key, very privately. There was no need for this. I mean, they had 3/4 of the army there. Then they had cars and cars at CIO. For what? You want to score points at the West? I don't know if that will work this time. I really don't. And then you go and you see on social media, oh, where's Makandiwa? Where's this prophet? Where's that prophet? They must go there and go and heal Tsvangirai. That's the only way he's going to get well. And then other ones, Mnangagwa is the God of our salvation. Seriously, people? You can't see the misuse of everything. I mean, it was completely and utterly disgusting. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. There is nothing nice about this. Not in my books, anyway.
But
the man is completely using the very, very private situation that's happening to Tsvangirai. And come on, it's not nice. It's not kosher. It's not polite. Yes, you can go and see the man, okay, according to the African custom and stuff like that. But you have to make it into a great big circus show. People fighting to go through the gates and people fighting to get through the door. I thought to myself, sorry, that was disgusting. There is nothing nice about that. Nothing. Not in my books.
Because, Sally, you know, I don't know, maybe an advocate here, but you see, what I normally see when someone is coming to my house and all that, I greet them by the door. You know, if it was a planned thing, you would see Tsvangirai come on these doorsteps and greet there, and people take pictures and all that kind of stuff. We didn't see that.
No, we saw the wife. And then who comes shining at the end of it? Chubby said, his bald head nice and shine there with a cloth and everything, so it's sparkling. Do you know, I wanted to climb through the camera and just smack the dude across the head. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And it's disturbing. And people that accept that and make it into something wonderful and fantastic. You people.
All right. Yeah, no, Sally, there's quite a lot of people there who thought this was a fantastic gesture, and I'm telling you, because people send me messages here, and I've been talking to people on WhatsApp as well. And unfortunately, most of the people that absolutely loved it are in Zimbabwe at the moment, and with the networks.
I saw messages from MDC supporters. Okay. Look how humble our new president is. It's a new dispensation. I thought, let me just take away from this, because I'll climb into the computer there and I'll do something very bad. So
no, we don't want you to do something very bad, Sally. Right? Okay.
It's horrible.
That's fine. Chief Sose there. Chief Sose, I know maybe it did disturb you, or maybe it didn't. Are you one of those people who thinks this was a nice goodwill gesture from the president and his vice president to try and correct the wrong that was done in the past, and people are just being cynical here, but this was a good thing for our custom and our culture?
DJ, I'm very, very disappointed. I mean, it's another. I can say we have been hit again. You know, it's another coup, no coup. You know, kind of a public relations coup. I'm disappointed, deeply disappointed at the accolades, at the celebration, at the kudos that are going to Mnangagwa right now, considering the way he did it. He is the president of Zimbabwe. And Munu, Ubuntu, Chivanhu chedu achidaro. If you want to visit a person we seek, you give notice, you tell the people in advance, something like that. Nothing like that was done. They just, get crushed. And all these, why are they doing all this? The people are failing to see the real reason why they are doing this. Tsvangirai, Tsvangirai, ndio nyaya yacho. In a simpler way, they are afraid of Morgan Tsvangirai. They know they are going to face their biggest challenge in Morgan Tsvangirai. And they also know that Emmerson Mnangagwa is not a popular candidate. He is not popular at all on the grassroots. Otherwise, Chiwenga is more popular than him. And in a free and fair election, you'll be beaten by Morgan Tsvangirai.
Right.
We lost him?
Chief Sodza, if we lost you there, are you still there?
Hands down.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah. Chief Sodza?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We had lost you there for a minute.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying, if we go for an election tomorrow, Morgan Tsvangirai would win. And Emmerson Mnangagwa and his team, they also, and his advisors, they know that they will not beat Morgan Tsvangirai. So all they've been trying to do, if you look at the sequence of events, everything that has been happening, it's the people from ZANU-PF who have been making the loudest calls that Morgan Tsvangirai should step down. Why are they doing that? Are they so much concerned about his health? Are they so much concerned about MDC? They know the truth. They cannot win an election against Morgan Tsvangirai. They want a candidate that they can deal with, a candidate to whom they think they can have a chance, and maybe a candidate they can manipulate. So if I was the MDC spokesperson or the MDC Secretary General or anyone who issues press reports, I would write something exactly how where this is going and how this is done, so that the people know the truth. Because all this is being stage managed. The coming is fine, but he should have done it in a cordial way. The house and if the pension scheme is true.
Right. It looks like
Nothing to write home to get it. They are now. Hello.
Yeah, it looks like we keep losing you there, Chief Sodza.
Okay, let me just finish up there. Yeah, but I think now I'm fine.
Okay.
Let me just finish up. It looks like this is just a cover up to me. They gave Robert Mugabe his pension, and they are trying to give Mboko his pension. But they cannot go and give Mboko, especially Mboko, his pension before they do that to Tsvangirai. Tsvangirai served a full term, and he deserved that pension. He deserved that house. He deserved all the benefits that are coming from. He was even a better Zimbabwean, a better service person than Mboko. And it would not be good for them. It would not look on the public relations side. It would not look good for them to give Mboko his pension scheme when they haven't given the same to Tsvangirai. That is considering it is true. But all the same, I'm deeply disappointed in the way this has been done. Pachivanhu chedu atidaro. Vanhu vese vanga vachiona vari kuzozviona handisi kuziva vanhu kuti vanhu vakutaura kunzi ve-MDC vari kufarira ava, are they really MDC people? Because there's nothing to celebrate here. What is being given to Tsvangirai was due to Tsvangirai. I'm talking from a point of knowledge. I'm talking from a point of a person who is well informed in what has been going on in MDC and Mr. Tsvangirai. This man has gone to hell and came back. And these people, we knew that he deserved this pension. They never gave it to him. They never. They refused to give it to him. And now they're coming in now. Why?
So, Chief Sodza, you are saying this is a political stunt?
It's a political stunt. It's a public relations coup.
It's a public relations coup. Now, Zimbabwe, I've been talking to Sekuru earlier on. Wachitiwo, he's about 70 miles away from home. But I'm really trying to get his opinion here. What I'm going to try and do is try and ring him.
Right. DJ, can I add something?
Yes.
The MDC just put out a statement. Tomboronyika just put out a statement.
Would you like to read it for us?
Yeah, sure, I can read it. He said President Mnangagwa meets President
mobile messaging service. The person
sorry, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was me somehow.
No.
Okay, President Emerson Mnangagwa today made a courtesy call to see President Morgan Tsvangirai, who has not been well since he first went public that he has cancer. President Mnangagwa came just as President Tsvangirai was about to leave the country for his routine medical checkup. We thank President Mnangagwa for his gesture to come and pay a visit to former Prime Minister of the land. We thank him for this gesture, which is in keeping with our African culture. In a 45-minute closed door meeting, President Mnangagwa was accompanied by Vice President Chiwenga. The two leaders discussed the current distress situation in the country, the plight of the people, the cash crisis afflicting the country, the urgency of free and fair elections to ensure a return to legitimacy, as well as the need to engage the international community so that the country rejoins the family of the nations. The two also discussed other issues of national importance. In President Tsvangirai's absence, Vice President Elias Mudzuri, this is what I want you to take note of. Vice President Elias Mudzuri is the acting president, while the other two vice presidents will be assigned tasks.
Right.
Okay? So it's not a certain person who's going to be in charge while the president is out of the country. And this is what I've been this is the chatter I've been hearing I've been hearing it so much that if there is a choice, that person who's been left is the person who would actually end up being president. Not this person, not this. The problem we have in MDC right now is there's too many vultures who are circling the wagon and selling out. And what they're not realizing is they're selling out the people of Zimbabwe. And no matter what anyone has to say, because I used to think this when I first actually started getting involved in Zimbabwean politics, my first instinct was always Tsvangirai needs to go, Tsvangirai needs to go, why is he there? One of the things I missed the most was the fact that I did not appreciate the fact that Zimbabwe is in a struggle. We think because we got independence in 1980, we're free. Zimbabwe is not a democracy. Zimbabweans are at war with the current government of Zimbabwe. And right now, Tsvangirai is the face of that struggle, the face of democracy in Zimbabwe, the path that's supposed to lead us to some democracy. He's the only politician that I know of in MDC that has not, in leadership, that has not sold out, who has stuck, who has struggled. When he's struggling. And then when it suits them, vanotaura the opposite. When they refuse to give him his benefits, And through all of this, he's still nice to them. He's kind to everybody. Aningachitukwa Tsvangirai akatadza. Kana Tsvangirai akatadza. There's 70 political parties in Zimbabwe with presidents. Why haven't they? It's been 17 years. Why haven't they done what Tsvangirai failed to do? Because they can't. And that is the truth.
All right. Thank you so much, Tete, for that. I've got someone writing to me here. Kwanziko, I love my president, Dr. Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, but I'm afraid those pictures are not looking good. Let me take this call here first. And he went on to say, I'm afraid those pictures are not looking good. Ko wakangozorora zvavo and let the young ones take over. That's Mkoma Brian in Crew writing to us here. Mkoma Tafadzwa kwa America uko. Welcome my brother.
DJ Sodza muri right.
Aiwa tinofara kuri seiko kwa muri kunasi.
Oh, kuri right. Kuri
Yes.
seiko kwa muri.
Right, Sereki. Were you one of those? Are you also one of those people who were saddened and surprised to see Mnangagwa and Chiwenga at President Tsvangirai's residence? And now someone highlighted to me here that did you see how he was? It looks like someone has just come in there without warning him, because surely he would have at least put a jacket on.
Yes, I was quite surprised with they made that visit, but I mean, was surprised but not surprised at the same time, because
Right.
these people were to track mileage, political mileage. That's what they're seeking. I mean, I asked myself, in the time that our president has been sick, why is this the first time that this man has decided to go and visit? He's known for a long time that President Tsvangirai has not been well. Saka nasi ndo pawaona pari appropriate kunowaona kuti dacho diri day. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate that our president is sick. It saddens us, especially us who are very much entrenched in the struggle. And you see people taking advantage of this situation. It's so sad that people are taking advantage of this situation to be able to extend their political mileage. It just shows, and it should open up my red flags, raise red flags to my Zimbabweans. These are the people you're dealing with. Ndoma leaders anywhere who are sinanyadzi, who have no fear yakupinda mbame munhu ari kurwara, just kuti why the mileage politically. It's Ndoma leaders are now, and we're not deserving of such leaders. We don't need leaders like this, because they're capable of doing anything, and if not worse.
Anything for their benefit. Saka Mukoma, I mean, I've got a wide range of people now, and it looks to me, most people in Zimbabwe, I'm not saying all, most people that I chatted to in Zimbabwe, there's a spin there that they've got a soft spot from Mnangagwa. They're saying that he done something very ethical here, to go and see a fellow human being, regardless of our political affiliation, who is not well, to go and say, how are things going and all the rest of it, which we do. But it looks like people that are outside the country are looking at this with a very spiteful eye and thinking, there's something fishy about this.
Well, DJ Sodza, there's ethical, but let's not be selective when we look at our ethics. If we decide to say ethical, then let's look at ethics as a very holistic perspective. What I mean is, this is a good gesture. Yes, we agree. People who are not well, especially those we know, it's good to pay a visit and, to support them. At the same time, last Saturday or this past weekend or last week, which I'm not sure the dates, we heard of students who were arrested by the army and supposedly manhandled by the army. And taken to the barracks. Is that ethical? I mean, in the same context, it's not more than a week ago when this happened. So why does that trump him going to visit Tsvangirai? You've got to, if you say ethics, you've got to look at it on all facets. You look at 2008, the people who were detained, people who were beaten up and so forth. That's huge. Those people can never get their lives back. So, what are we talking about here? Are we comparing apples to oranges, apples to apples? Because you've got to look at it at a very holistic perspective. How difficult was it for this man to drive to Morgan Tsvangirai's house? It wasn't difficult. So is that much of a huge gesture to show that this guy is ethical? I don't know. But we need to not be gullible. We need to look at these issues in a holistic way, to look at the man that we're dealing with. What is his political history? What has he done? What are the positives, the negatives? Then we can then say, yes, he is an ethical man. But if I look at it holistically, he's not. He's not an ethical, because there's so many unanswered questions, so many things that have occurred that he has not addressed at all.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Mkoma Tafatsika, for that. Mkoma Tish, can I come back to you there?
Yes, Mkoma Sodza.
Yeah. Mkoma Tish, I'm just wondering here, in the wake of what has happened today, where are we in Zimbabwean politics here? What are the implications?
The implications at the moment, until the elections, is that there has to be a solution to the leadership of MDC given the condition of Mr. Tsvangirai. I know a lot of people in MDC view Mr. Tsvangirai as their brand, and without him they feel that maybe the party may disintegrate. I would say, learning from Robert Mugabe, Tsvangirai need to preside over an extraordinary Congress on his terms, without anyone kicking him around, pushing him, on the basis of him ensuring that whatever life he's got left, he does what we call ensuring that whoever succeeds him constitutionally through an extraordinary Congress will be well mentored by him, because that extraordinary Congress should also give him the patronage of the party, to ensure that it's maintained stable regardless of its new leader. You will still have an overall say, defined by extraordinary Congress in honor of his founding father position. So if MDC really want to maintain that for the sake of the country, this is no longer about MDC only. This has got a very, very serious national implication, in that without a strong opposition, which currently is the MDC, it's going to be very difficult to stop ZANU-PF shenanigans. It's going to be very difficult to stop ZANU-PF amending the laws to ensure no opposition will ever rise again. And that is the risk that the country faces with the Morgan dilemma. So what really needs to do is to engage Morgan internally within MDC. They need to be very respectful and very compassionate in how they address this. Because what the chatter that I've been hearing on social media, you've got people of MDC that have completely gone bonkers, turned against Morgan Tsvangirai, are trying to kick him out, or trying to do Mugabe only. There's no reason to do Mugabe on Tsvangirai. He hasn't done anything wrong. If anything, he has kept MDC together to a point that even those that left are coming back. So people need to appreciate Morgan. A very well done job in keeping MDC together. Yes, he's been leader for a very long time, but he's not been able to ascend because of his fault, but because of ZANU-PF shenanigans. So people need to be very respectful to Morgan Tsvangirai in terms of how they negotiate with him the transfer of power or leadership, because he will still be there, is the patron of the party or as the hope is it, but all the other people taking over.
Right. Okay, Mukamatich, Batai Makadaro, I think Sekuru, I know his situation, I know where he is, and he is taking, this is really, really good of him to be with us. Sekuru.
Yeah, Sekuru.
Yes, Sekuru, I know exactly where you are, but I'm curious, absolutely curious to hear your thoughts. What's your thoughts of what has happened in Zimbabwe this morning? I saw you put something on your wall on Facebook there early morning, and I posted a few things on there. Can you tell the listeners what's your thought about the whole issue that has happened today?
Very simply that the leader of ZANU is decided kuti ndinofana kunoona vakuru veopposition to share notes navo kuzwa kuti vari kunzwa sei miviri yavo uyezve kuti vakagara sei. Saka the issue as both the political and social.
Saka Imimi, where do you stand, Sekuru? Basically, let's not beat about the bush here. Do you think this was a stunt or this was just a goodwill gesture?
No, it's not a goodwill gesture.
What is it?
The position is that politically intelligence iri kuudza vanhu vekuzanu kuti hamuwini maelections nyangwe mukaita sei kunze kwekuti marova vanhu. Now they can't beat people now because vakaita undertaking yekuti toda kuita free and fair election. Saka they have to find a way of negotiating a safe landing for not only themselves but also some of their looting colleagues.
Sekuru, I know that you are very close to the MDC president yourself, and I wouldn't want you to disclose things that you don't want to disclose. Did the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister and President of MDC knew that the president was coming?
No.
When did he first knew? When did he first?
In the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning. The issue was arranged between Vice President Chamisa and elections directors Tsvangirai and my Tsvangirai.
So those were the three people who arranged this. Did they communicated with the Tsvangirai before they embark on that?
No, they communicated with the wife.
And the wife agreed to it?
And the wife was angana anachamisa namuzvisa ndo achiti hamungarambika because the Prime Minister vane makii enyika. Saka kana ava vauya kuzospereka kune makii, let's talk vape mukana wekuti vaone president.
Okay, all right. So the president didn't even have a chance to at least put on a suit and a tie there, so that
No, not yet. Oh, he was not even prepared for a function. He was only told to
So Imimi Sekuru, as a die-hard MDC supporter, are you happy with what Chamisa and the wife did to surprise your president?
No, not at all. He exceeded his limits of discretion in Papo. And we will tell him with this Hawaii Tapiara Zagoga, Zagabonyongoga.
Aiwa. Mashoko Akanaka Sekuru, thank you so much. It's very good to have your thoughts actually on these such matters, and you say your truth there chero chatinoita kubvunzai hamuhwandi munotaura chokwadi. Thank you so much for that. Handisi kuziva uri papanel. Anyone has got a question for Sekuru? I know he's in at a place where he's a bit precarious, so toda kuti waende early.
Yeah, ndiri kudrive muroad dzemuno munongozviziva. But if you are still around, because it will take me about ndine 1 hour 11 minutes to go.
Aiwa, Sekuru. Handisi kuziva pane vari papanel vane question kuna Sekuru here before vasati vaenda?
Yeah, ndine mubvunzo.
Bvunzaizve.
Sekuru, how reliable is the information you're giving? Because
100% accurate.
So Chamisa and Zvidzai ndo waronga meeting.
Yes, Chamisa, Zvidzai na Elizabeth.
What role did Elizabeth play in it?
Elizabeth ndiye mudzimai ndo kwawaenda Firuz. Waigoroka kumba kwa Tsvangirai na yeah. There are certain issues that I don't want to debate here on the public arena between the president.
No. Right. No. I could pin them just that publicly it's more than one this information. So it is probably going to transcend into social media at some point. So just wanting to clarify those facts.
If you want kuti ndikuudze chaita straight kuti chii chakaitika ipapo kuti vazoenda nokuna iri ukauya uprivate kwangu kuhall kwangu ndinokutaurira zvese because vanhu vandinodhila navo ikokoko vanotogara ipapo pasaidi pakutangirai pacho.
Okay. So would this constitute a violation or a breach of protocol?
It is serious to the extent that it portrayed the president as a munhu anongwa kumabhini ari paofficial function. Abudiswa akaita kunge mujombo.
Right.
But then we want to go deeper into it and ask what were you trying to achieve by portraying him like that in the public eyes of the people who are going. Was that intentional or imimi mango kambira kuti having bana president for the first time kubva zvakaitwa Mnangagwa? Saka zvato more important kudarika kuti aonekwewo akashambidzika achiratidza kuti munhu ari kutatarika nekuhwara asi ari kukwanisa kuonekera. Why did you have to portray him like munhu akutofa zvake munhu angonongwa mumubhedha? Because vabuda vane masando obedroom ka negauni nepijama trousers.
Sekuru.
So Sekuru muritaura kuti wana obed gutu. Now look, what they were not aware. Mike
no, they were not even there.
Even Muzuri was not aware.
He was not there.
Fine. Okay.
But okay.
No.
Sekuru.
Yes.
Sekuru, I'm coming to your wall because you need to know the Mako.
Yeah.
No, Sekuru, on a serious note here, Sekuru, the question is, maybe I live in Gweru there, and I'm contemplating on whether to vote for MDC or not, and in the president in that state, will I be inspired to vote for him or do I want this as a president for the next 5 years? Is he going to make it?
Yeah, this is the issue. Yatiri kuti PRI aita mambara because they Mnangagwa akaratidzwa paakanga apoisoniwa ne-ice cream pipe ari muhospital. If somebody had done that to Mnangagwa, people would not be saying Mnangagwa should be the president today. but because vakamushongedza vakamugadzira privately akarapwa akapora, people think kuti are better placed or is stronger than the MDC president, but hakuna zvakadaro.
Sekuru, one last question before you go. Do you sympathize with people that are now saying, not from ZANU-PF or MDC or whatever, just any ordinary people that are now saying, looking at such pictures, is it time for Tsvangirai to maybe step down here? I know it's a very difficult question to ask you.
I sympathize with them in total, but however, I don't agree with them.
You stand by your man, and you think this man is going to lead you into the election campaign, which is in situ now, and in the next 6 months, he will be there campaigning strongly. He's got the energy for it, and you are going for it. This is your candidate for 2018, and you are happy with that decision.
Mark my words, Muzukuru. That man will be leading the opposition into victory come 2018, and he will be stronger than what you have seen in Samaona, because the Samaona is okay. You know, he could shoot would portray for a particular purpose, but that purpose is not going to work. We know his condition and we know what is going to happen.
Are you telling me, Sekuru, that my eyes are deceived?
No, and it's good as our so we ever. It's good as our owner is also our owner. Give him another 3 weeks. Don't put his foot in the same place and the same seat. And then you tell me that person is unfit for presidential campaign.
You sound.
I agree with you. If he is still looking like what he has looking when he surprised one is his visit, then I will agree with you. If he is looking better, I do expect you and all the doubting Thomases to also say, "Hey, Marune Simba."
Right. Sekuru, I always like your optimistic here. You're a very optimistic person.
Yeah.
But I cannot foresee someone in that state change dramatically in the next 3 weeks. That's my personal view.
How many times did you read Mugabe Wafa, Musuguru?
Quite a lot.
And how many years has he been going after that?
Well,
Mugabe incurable disease isingagoni kuti ararame another 1 year or 2 months. Sometimes I don't want to offer, but bakatozoita kuti aizama soja kuti mumubvise.
All right. Aiwa, Seguru, as always, it's a pleasure talking to you there. Thank you so much for that. And so, Pani Mwachikuda Mvunzere, Mkoma teach you wanted to ask Seguru something there, or?
No, I was talking about my implications.
Oh, okay.
So I was just saying to urge our fellow members of the MDC to realize that this is now beyond just the simple problem of their sick leader. But it's also about the survival of MDC as a political party without any further splitting. Because right now the MDC alliance is premised on the leadership of Tsvangirai. And if Tsvangirai, for any reason, decide not to be able to run due to poor health, what it means is that the alliance leaders will start jostling to succeed him. I'm looking at people like Mnangagwa and BT. You know, I can't see them accepting to work under. Muchipaka mota.
Ndiri kufamba mota zvebata ndinoruda ndikomedere.
Yeah.
Now they're going to fight over whether you park the motor or not.
So MDC Alliance, given the noises that we hear, Chamisa is young, so he's got a very big footprint on social media. That does not translate to that he's the most popular successor within MDC, because he lost to Monzora before. So at the end of the day, but because he's got this popular footprint, unfortunately he's shot himself in the foot with what they've done with this visit, especially with Tsvangirai not having been properly prepared and groomed and polished up, as the politicians always do. Mnangagwa was polished up, he was ready for the visit, he had already been pampered. He does look terrible sometimes when he's caught off guard. So the point I am saying is, if Tsvangirai doesn't look into this situation and decide for himself right now to say, let's have an extraordinary Congress, the implications for Zimbabwean politics is that ZANU-PF will continue to dominate and even go to the extent of legislating by amending the constitution and never do the reforms and ensure that ZANU-PF domination is such that political contestation will only become between ZANU-PF and ZANU-PF. So factional fighting within ZANU-PF will be the order of the day. But what it will also mean is that any person who will be ZANU-PF president will be there for as long as they please. Now, if you look at it, Chiwenga is already a shoe-in after Mnangagwa. I can't see Mnangagwa running for a second term if by some miracle he makes it at the end of this year. So you have a situation there that we need to look at it from a national political point, that the survival of MDC at the moment is nationally critical for all of us. If MDC doesn't survive this, or if Tsvangirai and MDC leadership don't see past Tsvangirai as a person and see past that as a responsibility that MDC has got to ensure that their leadership transition is as smooth as possible, we are in trouble.
All right. Thank you so much. What about Sally? What are the implications here?
Look, MDC guys, please don't shut me down, okay? I've said for quite a while now, okay, that Tsvangirai is doing the wrong thing. He should be now, he should have by now introduced the younger leaders, okay, to the people. I thought that what he was doing last week, because I saw a lot of Chamisa and Douglas, okay, doing a lot of rallies and stuff like that, and I thought, oh, this is quite a good idea. But I don't know if he was doing that. If he doesn't, as Titch says, if he doesn't, the people of Zimbabwe, excuse me, block your children's ears, are very politely screwed. Because for another opposition party to have the position that MDC has got, okay, is going to take time. All right? I mean, even my Majuru, it's going to take time for her to establish the credibility and the followers and all that kind of business, okay? It takes time. And it's something Zimbabwean people do not have. So I think in a way, Tsvangirai is doing a great disservice to MDC supporters. The party is not going to die when he passes away, which, forgive me, is inevitable, okay? The party, you see, he's kind of doing in a way what Mugabe did, okay? Like, there isn't going to be an MDC without Tsvangirai. No, that's wrong. And he's doing a great disservice to those loyal followers who have been through hell and back with him. Because by now, there should be faces that the people are getting used to, and they know that MDC is going to be secure whether Tsvangirai is there or not. Look, it's a fact, okay? It's a fact. It's not something I'm pulling out my ear or because I'm not an MDC follower or anything. No, it's fact. And he should have put faces for people to get used to. Okay, and I think it's a great disservice to the country because we'll end up with Mnangagwa, then Chiwenga, then whoever else wants to be in power so that they can loot the knickers out of the country again. It'll be a one-party state, which is what Mugabe wanted in the beginning. But it'll be a one-party state through neglect, not through any action of ZANU-PF making it a one-party state that's so popular and everything. No, it'll be through neglect of the strongest opposition party, of not making way for the inevitable and getting the people used to the young leaders. Okay, so.
Right. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Uncle Roy, I know you're trying to call us there, but for some reason, I cannot join you to the group. I've got no clue what's happening there. So, Varipa Narega, to meet your hold on a little bit. Let me do this. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on a second. Hello?
Hello, Magadi.
Yeah, Chief Uncle Roy, I don't know what's happening. I can't aid you with the rest of the panel. I don't know whether it's your system there. Are you using a mobile phone or something?
Do we use a mobile phone here?
Yeah, I think that's what the problem is, because I cannot join you with everyone. So I've had to put them on hold so that I can, chat to you there.
All right.
Is there any way you can use maybe a computer?
Okay, let me try with my iPad, maybe guide.
But try by iPad. If not, then I can see maybe Tumbo try Zelendline.
No problem. Okay then, thank you.
All right, Datenda. Right. Let's go back to this to the main line. Hi guys.
Yes, we here.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm here.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Sekuru. Yeah, I think I will let you go now, Sekuru. I don't know if you've got anything more to say about this. I think I've asked you all the questions I needed to ask. But if you've got something that you want to say that we didn't ask you, please go ahead before you go.
Right. In the unlikely event that in the next 3 weeks, Tsvangirai will not have recovered enough for us to be satisfied that he can run the election in the win. There are no less than 8 people waiting lined up for the presidential position. And those people are ready-made and ready to take us to the victory that we have had before. So the national fear that in the event he goes the other way and he doesn't recover should not even be an issue with the MTC, because we have people that are ready to take over any minute, and those people will do the same, if not better, job than what Tsvangirai has so far done, because they are reputed party loyalists. Don't be fooled by what you are seeing on the web. That's on the ground. There are proper arrangements in case he doesn't, which is highly unlikely, because everybody on the ground is got this belief that I have that he is going to come right based on what they know about his health. So my reassurance to the nation is, if he doesn't produce evidence that is fit enough to carry on the campaign to the logical conclusion that we want, which is a win, we will have a suitable replacement, not the one that you think will be taking over, but there are suitable honorable presidents that are in the party waiting in the wings.
Sekuru, let me be very sneaky here. So, are you telling me all these vice presidents that you have there, none of them are in the running? There's some people out there that will take over from Tsvangirai?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Very interesting, Sekuru. We can't wait for that surprise.
Okay, that you have heard it for the first time from me, and you can write it down.
And there will be no fighting. There will be no in-house fighting.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Okay. All right. Teteros, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, is one of those people Chamisa who's going to take over?
But he's the vice president and I've just ruled them out.
No, he's answered. He said all vice presidents are out.
I just wanted to make sure, because right now with everything that we're establishing, I know that what Sally said about she's worried about a one-party state because Morgan is not really doing anything. I'm worried about a one-party state if Morgan ends up handing power to someone who belongs to ZANU-PF, who's in MDC.
No, for starters, Chamisa, let me tell you, for starters, Chamisa by age cannot qualify to run for president this election. So he's out.
Yay!
Yes!
Sekuru, can I ask you one question very quickly? These faces that you're talking about that would step in, are they known to the people?
Yes, very well known, very effective. Very, very effective. You will see them.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thank you. That's all I want.
Okay.
That's my biggest one.
All right. Sekuru, ndatenda zvangu. I know you're doing something there. Saka regai tikusiyei muende Sekuru. Totaura masvika kumbali.
Thank you.
All right.
Travel safely.
Zvandakuita panapa Zimbabwe ndezvekuti regai timboteerera kambo tichimbomwira mvura then todzoka ticha conclude some of the stuff that Sekuru has told us here and some of the stuff that we've been discussing. For those that are joining us there, my name is DJ Sodza. We're just talking a little bit about the defeat that has occurred in Zimbabwe there. The facts that we know now, that we didn't know, is that Morgan Tsvangirai didn't know about this visit at all. In fact, he was preparing to fly out to South Africa for his medical checkups. But it is believed that Chamisa and Mai Tsvangirai arranged all this, that the president and the vice president could come and see Tsvangirai there, and it looks like it was done in a hush thing, quick, and he was caught unaware, Tsvangirai there. As you can see, Sekuru mentioned it. I'm not saying it, but he's saying that he was in his pajamas and his slippers there. I would have thought that if a president was coming to my house, I would want to look.
Are you looking for work in health and social care nursing? Then look no further. Creek Recruit is here to hire. Creek Recruit offers temporary, permanent and contract placements to great prospects like you across England. Give us a call today on 0333 222 4027. That's 0333 222 4027. Or email us at info@creekrecruit.com. Step into your future.
Make the whole world know about your business. Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnetradio.com.
This is a disclaimer. The opinions expressed by contributors during radio call-in shows are solely those of the individual callers and do not reflect the opinions of Zimnet Radio, DJs, presenters, managers or administration. Listeners are encouraged and advised to seek the services of qualified professionals for their personal problems.
In touch with the best online station, Zimnet Radio.
There from none other than the late Rex Ranye, one of the classic tracks there. Anyway, it's 21 minutes gone after the hour of 6. Kunoku United Kingdom. A couple of things to say. People are writing to me. This one is saying that's just a point of correction to Sekuru. Chamisa will be turning 40 this February, next month. So he will be well qualified to be president of Zimbabwe come July, August. Anyone dispute that on the panel?
Chamisa's been saying that online a lot. He's been hinting it.
Right, yeah, he said that he'll be. They're saying that he'll be 40 in February.
He always writes life begins at 40.
Right.
And then people run and say, Mr. President.
Then Then we are also hearing some breaking news here that I'm just receiving. That Kwanziko delegation yaenda kunoona Morgan Tsvangirai yanzi tokuisirai ice cream here ikati kwete tabvatadya. Apparently they were offered some ice cream there, and they said actually they've eaten at home, so that they wouldn't want any ice cream there. Anyhow.
This is sad.
That is wrong.
This is sad. This is sad.
Now, listen, I want to tell you something, okay? And listen very closely to what I am saying. Right from the beginning, the first words that came out of Mnangagwa's mouth about that business was, he said, the last thing I had was a drink. He never mentioned anything about ice cream. That is Grace's indoctrination. Tsvangirai, if you go, not Tsvangirai, please forgive me. Okay, I'm sorry, Tsvangirai. Mnangagwa's first words were that it was a drink. The last thing he had, before he got sick, was a drink. And the people were even making fun of it and saying, yeah, he was drunk, and that's why he got sick, and blah, 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 all this kind of business. So Grace interjected the ice cream, not Mnangagwa.
All right. Okay, guys. I think. All right, guys. I think let's conclude what we've been talking about. We were talking about the visit of Mnangagwa in Chiwenga at the residence of the vice president. We've got lots of facts now that we didn't know. So thank God for that. But I don't know your conclusion words, Chief Sose. About the whole thing. Maybe there's something that you wanted to say you didn't say, or just to summarize and conclude. What would you like to say?
DJ, I'll just turn to the Bible. Totaura nishona vanoziya nyaya yaDhelelia. Dhelelia akataura achitaura kumaPhilistines akati chiuyai henyu imi, chiuyai henyu mese, nekuti ndanzwa ndatora zvese zviri pamwoyo pake. In English he was saying, come up once more, come up you here, for he has told me all that is in his heart. I'm so disappointed. We tinenge tinayo information, but tinenge tisingadi kutaura zviri kuitika. And I'm going to elaborate on that. But those were the words of the Lord. And going back to our issue, DJ, Mwari ndo vega vanotaura kuti nyika inopera mangwana. Mwari ndo vega vanotaura kuti uyu munhu ichi chisikwa ichi chipuka chinoguma mangwana. The life and the situation and the circumstances of Morgan Tsvangirai is in the hands of the Almighty, not in anyone. It will not be determined by what is going on today. It will not be determined by what Mnangagwa is doing, by what the people are writing, and by what the people are saying. Mwari vega ndo vachatonga, and people will be surprised. Nokuti Mwari vachaita kuda kwavo. And if it so happens kuti Mwari vaita kuda kwavo, I can assure you, from a point of knowledge, from a point of an informed person, that MDC is ready for any eventuality. And what people are thinking, and what some people are thinking, is not what is going to happen. Munhu achabva kumafuro uko, asiri kutaurwa nevanhu, ari kupfudza makwai uko, and people are not talking about it. And he is going to take over and lead Zimbabwe into the promised land. And I want to say this again, that MDC is not about one person, it's not about a young person, it's not about that old person, it's not about this young woman or that old lady. MDC is a project of the people. It's a people's party. It transcends individuals, it transcends our ambitions, it transcends what we want to see. It will live, it will go, it will always be there. And what people are thinking, what people are foreseeing, and what people want to see is not what is going to happen. We, the MDC, is going to do what God is saying is going to do. Deliver the people of Zimbabwe who have been suffering and who are suffering and who will continue to suffer if we don't have divine intervention right now. I want to give hope to the people of Zimbabwe.
Yes, Chief Soshe. Yeah, Chief Soshe, as Mkomatich elaborated earlier on that, I know Mkomatich, for him to say that, he has got his own party, as we know. But he is pragmatic person, and he knows that really the only party in Zimbabwe that can challenge ZANU-PF is MDC. This is not a secret to anybody, right? But I'm just wondering here that hearing what Sekuru said, I know you know more than I do. You know more in the MDC. I'm not in the MDC, but I get information from you, and some of the stuff you don't want to disclose to us here. But I'm just curious that if there was, maybe it's a strategy that is in there, you don't have to answer it. If there was someone very prominent there that is going to take us to Wonderland, why didn't they just mention him as a vice president so that he can be seen and be seen out there by the people?
We're in a struggle. Infiltration. People keep making this mistake. We're in a democracy. I didn't understand this until I actually started following Zimbabwean politics. There is major infiltration. A perfect example. You know, so
when he anoints, we're going to see what is going to happen.
Well,
and he's just going to have to appear on one or two rallies after he has anointed the head. We not lose hope. Zimbabweans, let's fight. If we don't fight, if we don't fight hard, then it will come to what Sally was saying, that will be a one-party state. Once MDC is abandoned, once MDC is destroyed, we are done. We're going to stick together. And I have this to say to the people who are here, and I'm Komatich, and I'm Komatafadwa, and all those other people. This war we are fighting is going to be fought in Zimbabwe, is going to be fought in the diaspora, is going to be fought on the social media, is going to be fought on the traditional media. Let's come together and fight together. If we have to form a group that will go out there on social media and give advice and do whatever we have to do and inform and do everything that we can do to make sure that people have the right information. Let's do it. Let's come together. Inbox me if you want to be part of that group.
Yes, I completely agree 100% with Tawanda. That
Chief, can I ask you something, please?
Yes.
Please. You guys have got to hold Mnangagwa's feet on the fire to do with the aligning of the Constitution, etc. Please. You see what he's done using Tsvangirai to gain points. You guys have got to take this man. You've got to make this man's feet burn, so that he puts into motion the alignment, the reforms, all the stuff that has to be done. But you have to put his feet on fire every single day.
Starting from now.
Yeah, starting from now. But he'll never give us all the reforms, Miss Sally.
Right.
But let's fight.
I'm very. You see, I was oblivious, basically oblivious to really what is happening there in Zimbabwe. It's incredible, actually. It's absolutely eye-opening situation. That I cannot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too emotional here, but I cannot believe my wife here can organize for some people to come to my house, in that state, without communicating with me. I would like to think that she would consult me, that look, this is what is being talked about there. What would you like us to do? What would you want to do? I would.
But hang on.
You know.
You don't know, okay, if they didn't say to Tsvangirai's wife, right, you allow Mnangagwa to come, and this and this and this and this will be awarded to Tsvangirai. You see, you don't understand, none of us know what was happening behind the scenes. None of us know. Look, Mnangagwa is the man, okay, that does all the underhanded dealing. He's the what you call it, the big chef of it. He's the architect of it, okay? You don't know what they said to her, because if you looked at her when she was at that door to greet the people, she wasn't comfortable. She wasn't comfortable even sitting in the lounge. You don't know what they did to her or said to her before the whole thing took place. Look, I don't trust Mnangagwa as far as I can see him with a magnifying glass that magnifies 1,000 times, and he was standing on top of me.
Okay? The other thing I wanted to ask Yangu, maybe you guys there, before we finish, because our time is running off. Sally, did he have to come with Chiwenga? Did he have to do that?
No, he didn't have to come with anybody. This was a pure signal to the West. Who do you go to? It
wasn't supposed to be an event.
Tsvangirai. It was a signal to the West with a big neon sign. Please accept me. You see, I am visiting Tsvangirai, a very sick man, and I'm accepting me. I'm shaking hands with him. Please, Basi, accept me.
And for me, I'm finding it difficult that Chamisa would initiate this, and then the president jump onto it, and the most powerful, the most powerful man in Zimbabwe, Chiwenga, jumped onto it as well.
Oh,
don't even go there, please. Don't even be surprised by that.
No, this is. Look, guys, this is from a naive person on the street. I'm just asking, as a naive person from the street, that could Chamisa had started this?
Yes. From a street professional.
I won't even say 100%, 5,000%. The things we know about Chamisa, we don't even discuss.
Right. Okay. And Chiwenga and Mnangagwa fall for it?
All you have to. Tsvangirai is the passage to the West. That is what they have always preached. It's what ZANU-PF has always preached. Tsvangirai is connected to the Marungu. The Marungu. Everything, the Marungu. He gets his money from the Marungu. So, you want your money from the Marungu, so where do you go? You go to your gateway.
And I can tell you right now, all this talk about ZANU-PF is re-engaging and all this. There was a picture about a couple of days ago. ZANU-PF is engaging with Ambassador of Australia, who's excited about the new dispensation. That's just propaganda. That was the Ambassador of Australia outgoing, leaving Zimbabwe. You know, it wasn't even an engagement. And if you look at everything, that's what I'm saying today, is people think there is money coming. No, the first mistake Mnangagwa made was when he appointed that cabinet and then started appointing all these military people. And then the West realized there was no new dispensation coming.
DJ, that's how I got it. Kutonga kwa Mwari. This cabinet, Mnangagwa and his cabal, you have no clue. You have no idea on how to run a country. And I'm telling you right now, they are not going to get any money. They will not get it because people are beginning to see through everything. They are beginning to see through everything that they are doing on social media in the country, or right now what they did in Tsvangirai's place. And I want to thank that group. As much as people are criticizing them, you are not Chamisa as bad as he is. Nana Tendai did. United States, that was a deal breaker.
Yes, that was brilliant.
Because the world just saw it.
When the United States speaks, world listens, there is no money that is going to go to Zimbabwe. So in as far as economics is concerned, we are still where Zimbabwe was when Mugabe was there. Because no European country, no American, no British are going to give Zimbabwe.
And then you see people getting arrested. People are getting arrested, right? There was the one man who got arrested for holding the one-man march. He just got bail today for $100.
Okay.
There were kids who were arrested on the way to mass.
All right.
So now people are getting the same things that were happening during Mugabe are happening now.
Okay, guys, hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Mkoma Teach.
I think he ran away.
Mkoma Teach, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I just wanted to ask you a question there. Now, I mean, before you came on air, did you knew that this was arranged by Chamisa and the wife and all that?
I had heard that on my feed. People had already told me that Chamisa wanted to show MDC supporters and also to show Mnangagwa that they have nothing to worry about, and he wanted to go into an alliance with them, even if whatever the result happened in 2018, he would shepherd MDC to accommodate them if they lose. Whatever happens, Tsvangirai is no longer a threat because he's in such a state.
No.
So I can't imagine Tsvangirai accepting to be seen in that state. You could see he was like shocked, and he was a very sick person. You can see he's just been gone out of bed. He was still wearing his morning shoes. But that's not the contribution I wanted to make now. I was listening very carefully to my colleagues from NDC there. The unfortunate part at the moment is that they are very emotional, understandably. But the reality that we really need to do, despite all this divine intervention that Mkomo Shoshe wants to invoke, God willing, yes, let's all pray that it goes that way. But the reality that MDC really need to look into themselves is whoever this guy is in greener pasture that is expected to come and usher in the MDC's own new dispensation, they need to do it now with Tsvangirai able to superintend over it. Whatever it is that they got up their sleeve, hopefully what the supporters are saying on radio right now really is what translates home. Because I could hear that they were keen to hear what security say, because we all know security has his tentacles within the organization. So he does speak with a certain level of authority in terms of the goings on. But what is critical really right now is that whoever it is, or whoever they are, that are expected to come and ensure that it is not take over. There is a battle of minds here that Zimbabwe is currently going through. And the guys that did the coup are keen to win that battle of minds. MDC should not be oblivious to that reality. Whatever they are doing, they should not be oblivious to the reality that there's a battle of minds. They've got their own members that come from Masvingo and Midlands who feel that they are duty-bound and obligated to support Mnangagwa. In that regard, these are people of MDC that will simply walk away, and Mnangagwa has made public noises about embracing hitherto labeled Vatengesi MDC policies are now ZANU-PF policies. I've actually read some very position-holding MDC members now that have gone quietly, resigned quietly, who are now saying, well, the thing that we wanted was to get rid of Mugabe and also for liberal policies to be taken on board, who are now saying that in social media, these are thought leaders within MDC. So there's a battle of minds here that should not be taken for granted in all this optimism about MDC is ready, blah, blah, blah. Let's not have too much of a blast of hot air. Let there be practical reality that people can start looking to. Give that hope a voice. Say who it is that is coming in. We can't continue having all these anonymous, they will come in, blah, blah, blah. This is nonsense. People need to come out and say, right now we are looking at the situation, because you are saying that because you also have an appreciation that Tsvangirai is in dire health. That's why you are saying there are people that are ready to take over. So you know there is a problem. Bring it out in the open.
Yeah, no, Mkomatichi, I asked it that question. I put it through. Wouldn't it be wise for this person to come out so that he will be known by the masses? That's what I said.
He has to be. He has to be.
I want to emphasize my reason. I'm not a BC supporter.
Oh, okay.
They need to understand that there's a battle of minds that ZANU-PF currently is winning.
Uh-huh.
And if we are not careful, you can continue to say you've got all these SWSs wherever they are located and they're not coming out. And for whatever reason, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is that you want them to come out now. Even Wakanda Mnangagwas is there and they can.
Can I say something?
Yes?
Can I
not an argument between us. I just want you to appreciate that whatever you are talking, you say, when you go back to your party, you need to emphasize there's a battle of minds to be won. Otherwise, it will end up just being hot here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I completely agree, but where I disagree with you on is the fact that you have major MDC people resigning. Those were not MDC people. Those were people who were pretending to be MDC. I followed this. I actually follow a lot of these people resigning. We're saying they're resigning. And a lot of them were not really MDC. They were pretend MDC people. It's like saying kuti ma-activists eku-Zimbabwe vari ku-opposition. Havazi ku-opposition. Those are people who are planted, who come out at specific times, well calculated. And MDC, you were an MDC person, who's an MDC person, who experienced 2008 short sleeve, long sleeve. Muchichekwa maoko.
My sister,
let me wake up tomorrow and say, oh, Mnangagwa is liberal, let me go.
Okay. Hold on, system. Yeah.
Let me clarify for you what I'm saying. It's never going to be of any point for you and me to argue. I have been in ZANU-PF all my life. I went to the war in ZANU-PF as a teenager, and I've been battling these people in MDC as a ZANU-PF staunch supporter. I know them well. And I know the people I'm talking about have not come out and made public statements. These are not like your Eric Knights. These are people that have quietly gone to support Team Lacoste on regional and tribal basis. I know them well. These people feel like this is our time. Me, I don't talk means in my words ever. They feel they have to support me.
Then teach. Here's my message to people like that.
No.
It is time. It is time. To separate the wheat.
You haven't had it going.
It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Okay, all right.
I want to empower you, actually.
It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff. You can't be a person with no integrity who just goes with. You can't be a Mayweather fan. You're either a Democrat or you're not.
You see, right now, if you don't hear what I'm telling you, which is free advice from an independent person on this matter, is that you are not going to address the issue. And
I'm not saying we're not going to address the issue. What I disagree with is a person like me, a strong Democrat. I'm not even. You guys know. Are you guys aware? No, listen, Pete. Are you guys aware that I'm not an MDC?
You're not hearing.
Right.
Already.
All right.
Rosie.
Okay, guys.
Calm down, darling.
Hold on a second.
Calm down.
I can't finish if you continue to narrate.
Now, okay. Tetero, chimbomira ibijana. Just hold on a second. Mkoma teach. When you finish, you tell me you finished. Then, Teteros, you chip in.
Teteros is a staunch Democrat. She's a die-hard supporter. There are some other who used to be similarly die-hard that have quietly gone to Lacoste. Right now, they even attack me for siding with the saying you can't embarrass Tsvangirai out of position like Mnangagwa was done. You can't be demanding it like that. Some have actually gone on a crusade about demanding his resignation. And I'm saying, you're being silly. The way Mnangagwa was removed had a lot to do with the way that he wanted to usher in his wife. Tsvangirai is not even doing anything of that. So Tsvangirai is simply there as elected from your own last Congress. constitutionally. And if you have to get rid of Tsvangirai, then you must not be calling for Tsvangirai's resignation. You must be calling for an extraordinary Congress in preparation for 2018 elections and raise the necessary issues whether you want it to become elective or not. Follow your own constitution. But don't try to humiliate a person that has kept the brand going to a point that some have left and come back. Formed their parties could not sustain them, and they've come back to MDC. So at the end of the day, what MDC needs right now is a focus on reuniting itself. Even if it means taking people on board, bringing them back, will weaken when Vagetasana Chamisa, because the Chamisa are taking credence now, because the original founders, if you look at Mzuri, you look at Montora, Chamisa, Pupe, Tsvangirai, Cecil Rizai, Komichi, and you look at people like that Pupe, you'll see that those numbers are not that many to choose from, so all of them can aspire. But if the broad alliance comes in and ensures that those that are weak, as you say, or unprincipled, as you say, or undemocratic, as you say, who blow by the wind. The point is, tribal politics in Zimbabwe is real, and people tend to flow with it. And right now, I can tell you, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, Makaranga feel they are obligated to support Mnangagwa.
All right.
It's our we do a kinda out and kinda, and that is something within MDC you need to really deal with.
Okay, right. Thank you, Mkomatish. Teteros, take it away.
Okay, in Inango, I have a difference of opinion. I'm a firm believer, Kuti. If you're a Democrat, or if you believe in human rights, or if you believe in right and wrong, there's no way watching Emerson Mnangagwa going and buying, or his wife buying tomatoes on the street is what's going to just change your mind and say, oh, that was MDC. All these photo ops are photo ops. But at the end of the day, Zimbabweans have to live their lives. Next week, Zimbabweans they have to pay my school fees. For who at the end of the day will probably end up jobless. These are all things that are going to happen no matter what. So I don't believe for a minute kuti kana wanga wagara une kwa urikuda kuenda. Kwete kuti hanzi you suddenly became a stanchion supporter of Emerson Mnangagwa. And there's still 6 or 8 months to election. Let's see what he does, because at some point the photo opportunities are going to start getting old. We're going to get tired of seeing someone taking pictures.
Teteros.
And then we're going to...
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question. Can you specifically answer the issue that Mkoma teachers raised there? Wataura nyaya kuti tribalism politics is ripe, yes. And Makaranga at the moment they feel they are obliged to side with Mnangagwa. Can you? What is MDC doing about that?
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I feel right. That MDC still has to launch a very strong campaign in the next 6 months. I feel very strongly about it. Kuti, right now, yes, it's registration until the 13th of February because I've asked this question.
And
Tsvangirai registration, what comes after that has to be, and I keep saying it to them, Kuti, what comes after you guys have mobilized and made sure people are registered is a very strong ground campaign to reach each and every person.
And Tsvangirai is your man. You said you want a vigorous campaign from now on, and Tsvangirai is your man to do that?
We will see in a few weeks if he can. If he can't, then I recommend Kuti. I'm one of those people who's always recommended to MDC Kuti. If anything has to happen, it has to happen now. At some point where Tsvangirai comes out strongly and rolls out a candidate and endorses him, because this is the only way people are actually going to go for that candidate. If
especially
he can't do it, because it's very hard for anyone to get even EAED watcher. It's very hard for people to trust as a Zimbabwean politician to say we're going to follow. If it was that easy, look at the 70 plus political parties we have. Why have they all failed to do that? It comes down to trust in Zimbabwe because people are in a struggle.
You know what,
so it's not just social media politics, but there's a lot more that goes into it.
You know what, Tete? In Hangu, coming from the street, I've always thought that how fitting would that be? I talk to people who Zimbabwe, they see Tsvangirai as a hero, as a god to them. And even whatever you say about him, he is a hero in their eyes. How refreshing would that be? Kuti, I'm calling in for a rally pagweru payapayapa. I know last time when he went there was thousands and thousands of people. And he rose up, he said, look people, I have got this problem. This is your man or this is your woman who is going to take the mantle from me, and I'm endorsing him. Then odaizira kuti ndirikwenda kukwamtare, ndirikwenda kusakubva, and he goes there with that candidate otaura kuti I'm endorsing, this is your candidate for 2018, I'm endorsing, and I'll be here, I'm not going anywhere, I'm endorsing this candidate. I think that would be fantastic PR.
Yes,
but anyway, I'm naive.
That would be great. And I honestly think at some point we're going to see that, whether it's before the elections or maybe right after the elections.
All right.
But the focus really needs to be, we need to cross over. The time for us fighting each other when we're in opposition. What people don't understand is I'm not in MDC. Never have been. I'm not a card-carrying member. I'm not a person I'm not in any political party. I've never been in any one. I'm not even an MDC member. I criticize them so much. But that's the democratic option we have in 2018 if we hope to see a movement to move the needle from ZANU-PF and remove the rotten system. We need a start. So let's be pragmatic.
All right. It's 6 minutes before 7 kuno ku United Kingdom. Otherwise, ndingasvike kumboko, a divorce papers will be laid out if I'm not home in the next 6 minutes. All right.
2 minutes.
All right, Sally.
Please, okay. I agree with what Titch says completely. There are always going to be people in a party that portray something, one thing, and then when the wind changes on the other side, they're going to quietly cross the floor. Okay, that is a given thing. You can think that they are MDC supporters to the core, but let something change that they consider favorable to them on the other side, and you'll see them quietly sneak off. It happens. Okay, it's a fact, and it happens in Zimbabwe plenty plus. Okay, so I agree with him completely there. And MDC have to put a face up. They have to, because this is looking so much like Mugabe at the moment. Okay, and it's not. Please, MDC, it's not doing you any favors. It's not doing you any favors. Please, you have to put a face there, and the people have to get used to that person. It doesn't matter if you say they're used to that person. He must be there while Tsvangirai is still alive, while Tsvangirai is still there in the background. He must be there. Not this business of cryptid words and spooky conversations. You have to put somebody there and let the people get used to him. Please listen to that.
Okay. All right, Sally.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Sally, for that. Zimbabwe, that is that. It's just a special program. We thought we would come and clarify one or two things. I hope you have learned one or two things of all this noise that I was seeing on Facebook and Twitter about the visit. And I hope those people in Zimbabwe that were very happy to see Mnangagwa going kwa Tsvangirai huko. Maybe it is an eye-opener to you guys there, that things are not as good as you think they are on the ground. But hey, maybe your instincts are telling you that this is a man who has come to save you there. Good luck with that. But we'll carry on. Zimbabwe, if you want to hear some of these stories on Zimnet Radio, we are live every Thursday. Every Thursday, we are live. All you got to do, make sure you tune in on Thursday between the hours of 9 and midnight UK time, and you will not miss a thing. Now, if you have missed something, you can go to YouTube. YouTube, Sally is doing a splendid job up there. All she does is every show that we air, she will post it on YouTube. All you got to do is go and search DJ, leave a space, and put Sodza at the end. You click enter, and all the shows will come up, and you choose which one you want to listen to. That is option number 1. Option number 2, you go to our website, www.zimnetradio.com. The podcast will be ready for you there a day after the show airs. It will be there. Just click on and you can listen to it. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, please, I urge you to go and do that. We've got our app. All you got to do, go to Google Store and search Zim, Mosia, a little bit of space, Moisa Net in capital letters, a little bit of space, Moisa Radio in lowercase. Ipapo mchawana ma app mairi anobuda, one yakanzi Zimnet Radio ne one yakanzi Zimnet Gospel Channel. You choose which one you want to listen to, you want to store on your iPad or on your iPhone or whatever you have, and then you'll be click away from radio. Right. And also yes?
On the YouTube channel, if you subscribe to that YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, then every time I post a new show, okay, the show that's been broadcast the day before, then it will let you know. So you don't have to go searching and everything like that. You'll get a notification to say that a new video from
what name on YouTube can people look for?
Sally Spencer.
Sally Spencer, there you have it. Right, anything else we needed to say? No, nothing at all.
Yes,
but
thanks to the chemist. Thank you to the chemist for donating his time to us.
Yes, we took 1 hour off his show, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Siyabonga Kakulu, Baba Chemist.
Yes, Siyabonga Kakulu, Baba Ru, Baba, and it's Baba Wani Nai Sally. Baba Ru. Yeah, Baba Ru, yes. Okay, now, right. Nothing else more to say other than say thank you so much on short notice to Sally, as always, to Tete Rosie there in America, to Chief Sose in America, Mkoma Teach down in London, Mkoma Tafadzwa, who joined in as well in America there, and above all, to my Sekuru, who took his time on the road, in the motorway, to try and explain to us what had taken place there in Zimbabwe. We thank you so much for that. And also on that, Elliot Pepe, who is part of us here now on the show. He comes in and gives his thoughts and all that. He will be standing as an MDC MP for Bindura North. So if you are from Bindura North, if your family is in Bindura North, Rapeve will be telling you more about what he intends to do if indeed he is elected there. We wish him well indeed there. Ndokusira makaterera kukambo kuva kune Family Singers. This is one of my all-time favorites, saying that ngaipenye nyika yeZimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, Muaha